here's the plan for today. We're gonna have a little bit of a, like, I wasn't here yesterday, so you guys are gonna kind of tell me what you learned, and I'll ask you some questions. You're gonna tell me about the age of absolutism. So each question, we're gonna have a couple responses, and this ball right here. Whoever has this ball,
Oh God.
is who's gonna be able to talk. Because last hour I did this, and there was too many people, too many side conversations. So if Alex up here has the globe, nobody else is talking, and everyone's paying attention to Alex. When he's done with his response, he'll pass it back to me, and then I'll give it to the next person. Unless I tell them to pass it to somebody else. So, but for the first question here, everybody better write it down because we're going to go through every single person. Every single person is going to have to give me a response.
Oh no.
And for the people who weren't here, if you don't feel comfortable with a response, you don't have to give one. But if you listen to what the other people say and you want to come up with your own, without the notes, that's fine too. But if you want, you guys can just say pass. So, the first question is, in your own words, describe what an absolute monarch is. Write it down, and then we're going to go through every single person.
Wait, write down the question or your answer?
Write down the answer. In your own words. You can use your notes from yesterday and the review that you guys started yesterday. Alright, looks like most people have an answer down. So we're going to start in the back with Yusuf, and we're going to work this way. We'll go Chloe, and it'll end at Lauren. Start with Edward and go up through this whole side first, and then we'll jump over to Alex and go down this side.
Wait,
So,
are you gonna pass the ball to me?
no, I'm not going to pass the ball on this one. So, Yusuf, you want to go first?
Sure. I rule that has power all the power that human government and people.
Chloe?
A monarch who has complete control over everything.
An absolute monarch is someone who has control over the government and people.
A ruler with complete authority over the lives of people and the government.
What do you think, listening to these four we've done so far, what do you think an absolute monarch would be? We'll come back to you. We're going to go to Amanda, and Madison, and Fabian, and then we'll come back. So listen to these three.
I said a king or queen has control over everything. A country ruled by a king or queen is they control government and people.
A ruler with total authority over the lives of people and the government.
So Edward, after listening to those three, what do you think an absolute monarch is?
They have more power than anyone else.
More power or all the power?
All the power.
See? Definition, ruler with complete authority over the government and the lives of people. Something you guys all wrote down, something similar to that. So, the next question is, how do these people get into power? So, who chooses them and how do they get into power? So, number two, how did the monarchs at this time become king or queen? And what was the justification for them ruling? So, it's a two-part answer. So, you guys take time, write your answers down. It should be in the second section of your notes. And then we're going to go through them and find out what you guys think. It's a two-parter.
Wait, what? Right here?
Yeah, if that's where you think it is.
Oh.
All right, we'll start with Zach. Ready? So, Zach, first part. How did the monarchs at this time become king or queen?
Through the bloodline. So
What?
To the firstborn son and or daughter.
All right, so it's through the bloodline to the firstborn son and or daughter. What is that known as? Like if you're talking about something like through your bloodline or through your genes. Ask back to Lucas.
Heredity.
Hereditary, or the hereditary right, what you guys are talking about. And then, so what happens once they become king or queen through hereditary right? What are people doing if there's constant hereditary, if the rulers are constantly part of the same family, what aren't they doing? What aren't the people of the land doing? Why not?
Hey, that landed right in my left hand. They're doing incest, pretty much.
No. What are the people of the land? So if I'm the king, and my dad passed it down to me,
Oh.
what are you guys not doing?
I thought you were talking about the bloodline, how like they
No, that, I know you guys talked about that yesterday.
Okay.
But what are you as the people that not doing?
I don't know.
Choosing your ruler.
What does,
Yeah, democracy. There's no democracy.
what does that mean? Like, so you're not doing what?
Having freedom? I don't know.
So if you're not having democracy, you're not having freedom. What does everybody in this country most people in this country that's 18 do?
Vote.
Vote.
No voting. There's no choice. There you go.
Right, so there's no voting. But people back then, did they really care? You guys know, they didn't care that much because of the second part of the answer. What was the justification for them ruling? Why didn't the people of that time mind? What did they see the king and queen as ruling through?
It was a divine right for them.
Right, so you want to explain that a little bit?
They believe that God sent them.
Right. Did you guys hear what Amanda said?
Yes.
Alright. So if they believe God sent them there, then why would people need to vote, or why would they need to worry about voting if they think God was the one who sent them there? So like we said, they became king or queen through hereditary rule, and then the justification for them ruling without people having to vote is divine right. The act of the king and queen are working through their God, or the king and queen are God is working through the king and queen. So the third question